So you want to learn programming but don't know which programming language to go for? Well, you have come to the right place. In this video, we are going to find the right programming language to start with, and no, it is not Python, Java or C. Even though computer science courses or universities generally start with Java, C or C++, they are harder to learn and beginners may quit. So the answer to the video title is JavaScript. But here are some learning trajectories, a clear-cut plan on how to learn programming, and also why the answer is JavaScript. So these are the paths based on the reason why you want to start learning programming. So if you're a university or college student, you should start with JavaScript and then go with C++ and start solving data structure and algorithmic problems. Why? Because it will help you in getting that FANG job and also will make you a better problem solver and a good computer science engineer. So if your goal is to learn web development, you can either start with HTML, CSS, then JavaScript, or go with JavaScript, HTML and then CSS. But I would still give you an advice to start with JavaScript because HTML is not a programming language. So starting with a programming language and getting those fundamentals right will be better in long run. So JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and then you can start with Python for backend development. Now if you want to hop on the machine learning train, which is very popular right now, so you can directly start with Python because it's rare you will work in languages like C++ or Java, but still a developer or a programmer should know multiple languages, so you can still start with JavaScript and then go with Python. And if your goal is to learn Android development, then you can start with JavaScript and then you have to learn Java. So now coming back to the video title, the reason why you should be starting with JavaScript, it is easier to learn. So unlike Python, another easier and popular programming language, JavaScript syntax is more similar to languages like C, C++ and Java, making it a good first programming language. Shortly, we will see our first example of a JavaScript code. It is easy to get started. Even if you have a web browser and a text editor like Notepad, you're good to go. Unlike other programming languages where you need to install a language, need a compiler or some other complex development environment. It is high demand. More than 95% of all website uses JavaScript. Also, as a fresher, you will find more job openings for JS or related tech stacks than other programming languages. Awesome community. Being a popular language, you can ask relevant questions, doubts on various forums, and chances are it would already be asked or already be solved. Tutorials are also plenty. Still, in this channel I'm going to upload a one video crash course on JavaScript, so if you're interested you can subscribe to this channel. So let's write our first JavaScript code. So along with a web browser, you also need a text editor. Notepad is also a text editor, but obviously not recommended as there are many free text editors for programming. I prefer Notepad++, which is free. So after downloading Notepad++ and installing it, you can configure it to dark mode if you prefer it, like me, from here. You just have to click on this option and your text editor will be in dark mode. After that, you have to write this line, this piece of code. Okay, so what this does is it just prints hello world on the screen. So whenever starting a new programming language, we start with hello world string, which is customary. So we are doing the same. So for now, if you're not able to understand what this code is doing, you can skip it. Just you have to remember that this is the line of code that is printing something. All these lines of code we have to add. Okay, this is like grammar of a language, which like you add punctuations and all those things. This is the same. For this code to make sense, we have to add these lines. We'll discuss this in detail in the same channel. Okay, so whatever we write inside these double quotations will be printed on the screen. Okay, after that I'll save this file in my JS practice folder as hello world. Now I have to select from these options as hypertext markup language HTML file. Okay, there it is. So hello world.html. Now I'll save it it already exists. Okay, I'll overwrite it. Okay, now it is saved. Okay, so we are in the JS practice folder. This is the file that we just saved. Opening it, it is printing hello world. Okay, so here we go. This was the first tutorial on the JavaScript. A crash course is coming, so stay tuned in this channel, and I hope you learned something new today. Thank you.